Hello and welcome to Playground Chat with me, Sheila Luangu. Today we're very honored to have a guest here who is an aspirant for MCA. So kindly introduce yourself and the position you're vying for.
Wow, thank you so very much, Sheila. My name is Brian Mutua Musyoki. Brian Mutua Musyoki is a young man, a young climate change activist, a student leader at various institutions, and a son, a brother, a friend, and a leader. I'm also running for office for member of County Assembly representing Kariokor, Ziwani ward with the UDA ticket. Yes.
Wow. Have you ever been a leader at school?
Yes. Fortunately, my leadership skills have been put to test in the various institutions I was in. First and foremost, in Moi Air Base, I was the deputy president back then. And when I went to high school, in the Nairobi school, I was a senior prefect. I was also the chief chapel warden. I was also cricket captain. I was also chairman of the environmental club, and quite a lot. So my leadership skills in school has been put to test and being characterized a lot by servant leadership. I love serving people. So that is why they saw that talent in me and tapped into it.
Wow. So like you've been leaders in various fields.
Yes.
So basically you understand people, you understand all that they go through in different fields.
The good thing is that the experience has helped me get a lot of how people act or what really to look into when asking people what affects them. So I know how to handle people. It has enabled me to interact with people from various backgrounds, and I respect that about my leadership.
Okay, so having been the president of the Kenya Children Assembly, what are the things you think should be addressed to better the lives of children?
Thank you so very much, Sheila. One fact to be put in record is that I was the longest serving national speaker of the Kenya Children Assembly.
Wow.
I also held the governor, Nairobi County, and held Starehe sub-county and Kamukunji sub-county governor subsequently. So when I moved from Kamukunji to Starehe, I was elected also governor there. So my experience in the Kenya Children Assembly has been very paramount. I have dedicated my time and resources to make sure that the Children Assembly grows to where it is until now. One thing to look into is that for a fact, we know about the 4 developmental pillars of children: the protection, participation, survival, and developmental. So looking at all those pillars, I would really love if all of them should be addressed equally, invested in equally. But also in my leadership or in what I do, child participation plays a very big role. I will really be very much interested in making sure that child participation is put on the forefront of every piece of legislation that affects children. When we were back then, when we were in the Children Assembly, we used to say, anything about me without me is against me. And a very good friend of mine from South Africa picked that up and put that in their book, their thesis about child participation in Africa. And I love that about it. And also we say that the wearer of the shoe knows where it pinches the most. So in involving children in any policy making, even at the village level, is as important as implementing it. Because imagine setting up a policy and then the one who's going to benefit from that policy does not even know that it is going to benefit them. So as a future member of the County Assembly or as a future policy maker, I will make sure that children are equally involved in the policy making and implementation process as well.
Okay, so talking about that, so you think it's better for children to be involved in leadership?
It is very important that children are on the negotiating table because, for instance, children in Kenya form more than 50% of the total population. A government that ignores such a large percentage of their population and does not invest in them already is putting the jeopardy of the future of this nation at stake. So we need at least to be very precise when tabling issues that affect children. What am I talking about? Healthcare, education, sports and co-curricular activity. The government needs to invest better and invest in a way that affects, in a way that children are also asked, is this piece of legislation really going to help you as children? Because if you start having such conversations from an early age to when they're growing up and being citizens who can actually go into an election and vote, they're already conscious that the government cares about them and they will help in running of the government.
Ooh. So what's your top manifesto for children?
Manifesto for children, actually in my 50-page document about the manifesto for the people and residents of Ziwani Kariokor, children have taken my first chapter. I'm going to look at solving their problems. There are problems like poverty. There are problems like the poor state of the infrastructure, the learning institutions in Kariokor Ziwani. We are also looking at violence. Corporal punishment is happening left, right, and center in Kariokor Ziwani. We are also having that the playgrounds in Kariokor Ziwani have been infested. People have grabbed the land in the playgrounds. People have grabbed land where children are supposed to be relaxing and showing the better versions of themselves. So we are going to look at actually making sure that these grounds are kept safe from land grabbers, and those who are land grabbing are prosecuted by the county government itself. The other thing about poverty, we are going to issue bursaries in an accessible manner, in a free and fair manner, because initially you are hearing cases where not more than 50 families are benefiting from the bursary allocation. And instead, that should be the complete opposite. Every child in Kariokor Ziwani should have access to bursaries, should have access to be helped on matters health insurance. We are working at a plan of making sure that IT is top of our priority, not only for the children of Kariokor Ziwani, but the entire Nairobi County at large. Because you can imagine, we have a plan of putting up Wi-Fi connectivity in all public institutions, so that children already are put a norm into using IT, put a norm of using internet, because nowadays things are going digital. We need to tap into that very gap and help our children normalize using the internet to look for money, because these other jobs are slowly changing. The world is going digital. If we do not do that from that very young age, we are also failing as a society and as a leadership.
Okay, talking of bursaries will be equally and fair distributed. You know, there's this kind of family whereby you have like 3 daughters in one school, and you know you can't pay the school fees for all of them, right?
Yes.
So like, you know, when you go to ask take that bursary, it's very difficult because they tend to see like this is one person who wants bursary for 3 daughters. So like probably they'll get none or one. So like how are you going to make sure that it's fair the way you are talking about and it's equal?
So what we are going to fight for is, one, looking at the urgency of the matter. I know it is very difficult to give one family all those slots, but we are going to look at where is it urgently needed? Where is this money urgently needed? Does this family have a way of generating such an amount of money or such an amount of income? Then we are able to see who are the most vulnerable among all these candidates that have put their names forth for the bursary allocation. Because we're having instances where these bursary are being sold.
Yes.
We are trying to curb that and give the opportunity to those who literally deserve it, those who know that this is the only option they have. Okay. But we are going to sit down as a committee, as a special committee in the ward. I'm going to form a special committee that is going to help me run things. More than 20 members. And to those 20 members, I am going to allocate 5 slots to children in the ward that are going to tell us, Mheshimiwa, sisi kuna kiwanja yetu iko mahali fulani and has been infringed by a certain person. Ama Mheshimiwa, there's a certain house there where sexual exploitation is happening and you're going to report it. When it comes from a child, it is going to be taken very swiftly and very fast.
Okay. How are you going to ensure that during and after election, children are safe?
It is very unfortunate, and research shows that children and women are the largest victims of any form of conflict. So we will sit down and see, because our party, our UDA party, already has a protocol, a safety protocol, to ensure that any person who comes for our rally is kept safe. The second thing is that we are going to wish for a free and fair election where nobody is going to be victimized for any election results. We are also trying to educate people on the right way to do campaigns. You do not have to involve children. You do not have to involve the vulnerable people in society so that your point goes home. No. Sell your manifestos, sell your ideas, and then leave it to the people to decide. But as a party, we are committed to ensure that children and women are kept safe from violence when, during, and after election. And we are ready. We are ready as a party. We have taken responsibility. My party leader has taken the full responsibility of condemning any form of violence that is happening. I myself are taking full responsibility to condone any form of violence in the strongest manner possible. But we're going not to condone any kind of such things, because at the end of it, women and children are the ones who are going to suffer most.
Yeah, talking about that, do you think children shouldn't be involved in decision making for elections? Like, for example, yeah, decision making in elections.
Yes, it is very important that children are. I'm trying to rubbish that thought that children don't have a say. Children have a say. I am a complete result of child participation in Kenya, to show that child participation works, to show that when you bring children to the decision making table, it actually works. Ignoring children is actually failing. Children are the largest percentage of our population. We need to plan for them. We need to ask them, because you can imagine talking about somebody and the person is not here. How will they think of us? How will they take the things that we have deliberated on here? They will not take them very easily. But if you have walked with them along in the process, they will see the ease and the importance of cooperating.
Okay, probably there's a child who is watching us, and probably from the past elections, he or she is a victim. Maybe she got hurt from rallies, campaigns. What are you going to tell that child?
That is very unfortunate, first and foremost, that they fell victims of post-election violence, and we are very sorry. But we are slowly moving from that as a nation, and most especially as a party, as a UDA party. We are working into making sure that this election does not bring back those scars.
Okay, probably what is your say on lack of enough playgrounds and in playgrounds in communities and in schools?
We are going to remodel those playgrounds. We are going to make sure that we invested purely in making those playgrounds accessible, child-friendly, and in the best interest of the child. We are going to make sure we've increased. We know that the land cannot be expanded, but we'll remodel, put more swings, maybe put a flat so that the first floor maybe has gaming classes, or the other one has places where they can do their skateboarding. The other one maybe has a place where they can do they can do their video games and stuff. And another one for the dance, because I know children love music, children love dancing. So that is something we really want the people of Ziwani and Kariokor to give us the opportunity to exercise, because we are willing and we are very intentional in trying to achieve that. We're going also to make sure, because I know for a while the land grabbing cases in Nairobi have gone unanswered.
Yeah.
You know what happened in Langata Primary School.
Yes.
You know how those children suffered in the hands of police in the tear gas.
Yeah.
We are going to stand there for them. We are going to make sure that the prosecution of such cases are taken as if they have done the worst case scenario, as if they have done cases against humanity, because that is in one way or the other endangering the future of this nation. If we do not allow children to express themselves freely and grow, because that is under developmental rights, they should allow them to play and enjoy themselves and bring out the best versions of themselves.
Okay, when we're just wrapping up, maybe there's a boy out there that feels that, girls have been given like more preference. There's so many organizations out there that deals with girls. Girls come, girls do this, girls. Yeah, we understand that we girls, we face a lot of violation, but that boy child out there who looks at you and say, I want to be like Brian, I want to venture into this, like, what is your say on that?
Mine for the boy child in this country is that the world is very, very unrelenting to the male character, to the person and the character of the male person. One thing is for them to be strong. They need to stand strong and firm, because the minute they back down, the world is going to prey on them like nothing has ever happened. For instance, we are working towards doing a very self-centered, not the normal men's conference you're used to. You cannot be able to rectify grown-up men. You need to start monitoring these people and giving them advice from a very young age. So boot camps for boy children, because we know a lot of them grow up without father figures.
Yeah.
A lot of them grow up in the existence of violence in their families. And violence against the boy child is not taken seriously. Unfortunately, it's not taken seriously as compared to violence against girl child.
Yeah.
So we'll be very, very categorical. I'm sorry to say so. I might even be biased to give them better opportunities for them also to grow, because we know a society where the boy child amefinyiwa or is stepped on is a society that is already failing.
Definitely.
All these things are happening because we are not giving them equal opportunity, equality and equity.
Yeah.
That same kind of decision, that same kind of debate that you're having, we should be able to give the boy child in this country an opportunity to express themselves and grow. And please tell them, Sheila, please tell them when you meet them out there, please tell them that it is okay for them to be down. It is okay for them to be hurt. It is okay for them to feel not in place, because we have put this avatar that boy childs always have to be strong. Or the society expects so much from them. I know they expect so much from that, but that should not get in the way for them to express themselves. They should not feel the pressure of the world is on their shoulders. They should grow as normal people and express themselves in the most appropriate ways possible. I am going to work now as an MCA to ensure that gender biasness does not happen. We are going to give them equal opportunities, because right now one thing that we have realized is that when these two genders are given the opportunity to express themselves, they work best.
Definitely.
There's something that the girl views that the boy does not view, and there's something that the boy views that the girl does not. So correlating them together or putting them in the same team, making them work as a team, is the best option for us as child participation consultant, the best for us as a society, the best for us as a county of Nairobi. Thank you so very much for your time. I wish you the best. I know we'll work together. I know Total News is a great partner of ours. You'll document the great work that you're going to do there. I'm already giving you a heads up of how we are going to work together as you document that true leadership, when put to test and when put to action, can really work for the people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and in years to come, we'll call him back to come say what he has promised. Wow, that is an amazing aspirant of Ziwani, right? Ziwani Ward. My name is Sheila. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a bye for now.